This is the cry for help. That's simply what it is, man. Simply what it is. PSG or Auxerre, I don't know. Auxerre 0. Auxerre 0. PSG 1, if I can finally get it out. But man, it is so frustrating to watch this team again and again and again and again and again and again not have any idea what to do in front of goal. I mean, it is genuinely like watching a baby try and, put the shapes in the right holes. Like that's what this team looks like. It's like you're putting the square hole in the circle hole, or you're putting the trapezoid in the square. Like you know what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense. It's not clicking at all. It's so tough to watch. Look, man, I don't know how we fix this, but something's got to change. Okay, my first idea is bringing some new transfers because, like I said again and again, fatigue compounds and players are just tired. And then I see Luis Enrique come out in a press conference and say, "Oh yeah, maybe more games might actually be good for us." Nah, nah, man. World Cup is coming. The players are thinking about the World Cup now. The closer we get to it, the more it becomes a thing, right? I just thought Pedri from Barcelona got injured, and it wasn't too bad, luckily for him. But injuries right now can affect how you arrive to the World Cup. So, like, with the amount of games just for our players, who are internationals, why would you think we need more games on top of that? And then, besides all of that, I mean, he said yesterday that the match against Sporting on Wednesday, or maybe it was Tuesday actually, that it was his best away match as a manager, which is ridiculous to me. I don't know what he sees. Yeah, we pressed really good against Sporting. That was great. We got the ball back. We dominated that first half, but we had nothing to show for it. At the end of the day, as much as performance matters, you got to put you goals win games. So you got to put the ball in the back of the net, okay? If you want to win a game, you need to score. Last year we had Dembele scoring. The year before that, obviously we had Mbappe to put the ball in the back of the net, and that carried us to key milestones throughout the season. So if we're at a point in the season where we're struggling to score, and obviously you can look at the stats, and the stats this year are a little bit skewed because of how we came into the season, and the season being peculiar just in its nature. But we don't have like a consistent scoring threat. Like it's goal by committee now. It's goal by communism. And fine, that's cool. I don't even think that's what communism really is, but just allow me. But like it's cool, right? I like goal by committee. I like that everyone can score, but at the same time, it has to be potent everywhere. It's not potent. Like it's very mediocre at best. I don't know what has to change. I don't know what do you do, because you can't go in and go in a player's brain and tweak the finishing. Like the finishing today was awful. Barcola, he scored the winner, and I still think he missed several chances. I mean, let's take a look at this. He missed so many chances. I think we had five big chances, four missed. Two of them were probably by Barcola. I wonder if it'll show his stats. But like, I love Barcola's profile because he's a consistent, he missed three big chances today. That's crazy. But he's a consistent threat. But if you want to win the big games, if you want to win UCLs, he has to be more consistent, more clinical. Oh my gosh. And there was this one chance by Due. Oh my goodness. I've never seen such a bad miss. Like for a person of his quality, that's poor. That's poor. Barkley gets the ball, crosses it, and like he beats the keeper, so the keeper's all the way out. He passes it to Due. Due's pretty much got an empty net, right? He's cutting across the near post. So all he has to do is let it roll across his right foot, hit it with the outside of the foot. Easier said than done, but Due is like the most technical guy on the team. So if he can't do it, then who can? You feel me? And he gets it, and he completely misses wide near post. Ridiculous, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's like things like that. It's just ridiculous. I don't know how that doesn't count as a big chance miss. That's actually crazy. But it was a pretty bad chance, like, to miss, in my opinion. Might have been one of these, man. It was one of these. I don't even think he got. Oh, it didn't even count as a shot because he miscontrolled it. Anyway, point made. Point made. Look, I can talk about the game, but like this game, this isn't a game that tells you too much new about a team, right? Like this is a game against a relegation opponent, and we're still having the same problems that we had against Sporting. It's telling you the same story at the end of the day. The story continues. It's, you know, lots of possession, but lacking any imagination or cutting edge offensively. And this continues to be a point of this team. And it is the Achilles heel of Luis Enrique because it's like, how like in sports, right? Sometimes a team is just too mid. Like it's you're not bad enough to go down if you're in soccer or if you're in American sports. You're not bad enough to get a high draft pick, but you're not good enough to challenge for any titles or be a contender for anything, really. That's what it feels like. We're like an offensive purgatory. It's just it's mid mediocre nothingness, man. And I don't know how to fix it. But I've been saying again and again, like we needed new transfers. We needed new players. And Dro coming in is great. He can take minutes off of guys. He can take minutes off of Cavaro. He can take minutes off of maybe Fabian. But like we need more. Like we still need quality, He's a talented youngster, but we need quality. You know what I mean? And now it's like now Luis Enrique is asking to play two more games. I'm just so befuddled at what the direction of this team is looking like right now. Like obviously we want to challenge for all the titles, but the signs are so alarming. Like God forbid we go up against, one of the top teams right now. Obviously we won't. But like there's no confidence in me right now. Like, yeah, we'll dominate the ball against any team in the world. That's great. But there was a time, in the last two seasons where I looked at this team and I was confident. I was like, we're not invincible. We're not even the best team in the world. But I had no doubt that we could go to any team and have a chance of beating them. Like we could beat any team in the world, even if we weren't the best team in the world. I can't say that about this team right now. It's as simple as that. Look, I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. Like I said, this game just another chapter in this boring old story that quickly and desperately needs to change. We're not playing direct football. We're not playing expansively enough for me. And maybe when teams come and press us, and I don't even think Auxerre played a super low block today. Like we had several chances, right? They played a mid block. They gave us space to exploit. And it was like they were confident that, oh yeah, they're not gonna finish that. Bartlett's not gonna finish that 1v1. Ramos is not gonna finish that. Who, by the way, Gonzalo Ramos. I know I said I'd keep it short and sweet, but we have to talk about Gonzalo Ramos because Gonzalo Ramos, when you start this guy, he provides nothing. It's so befuddling to me. What does Gonzalo Ramos do? And he comes off, right? He gets substituted in the 62nd minute for Ndombele. He comes off and he starts throwing shit at the ground and he starts, making a bit of a fuss. And it's like, yeah, I get you're frustrated. And, to his benefit and to his point, I think when he's on the field, we don't look for him enough. We don't cross balls in enough. We don't, set him up enough sometimes. And he's having to play a bit of a different game. He has to drop deeper. And you can tell it's not his game. But it's like, bro, like, I don't know, man. You have to make chicken salad out of chicken poop. You feel me? Like you have to. That's how you get more game time. Every time we start you, you don't perform, and it's only when you come in as a super sub you seem to perform. And if you want to graduate from that role, which I think you have the talent to do, you have to perform even when the circumstances aren't to your benefit, which sucks, right? Because everyone else doesn't really have to deal with that. But it is what it is. So yeah, I understand why he's upset, but I would like to see a more consistent production out of him. And for him, I hope he takes this as fuel, not as something to hold him down. And obviously, he's been here for 2 years now, so it's like it's kind of been the same story for most of his time here. Although he had a really good first season, and last year before he got injured, he was probably going to be our starting striker. But ever since then, he's been a bench player. But yeah, he's got to use this as fuel because if he lets this, affect his confidence, it's gonna look bad for the rest of the team. So yeah, man, that's enough yapping for me, man. We could talk about all day about the lack of finishing and the lack of cutting edge, and I can go on and on about it, but let's be real. Like at the end of the day, I think until this team gets fresh, we're gonna still continue to see these issues. I think fatigue is starting to play a massive part in this, as much as it is about converting chances. Now we can take a quick look at the upcoming fixtures. Obviously, Newcastle on Wednesday, big game. Look, I know Luis Enrique is saying, "Yeah, I would prefer to have the playoff games," but if you look at the Champions League and you look at the teams in the table who we could, potentially meet, it's like what does 2 games against Galatasaray do for us? Of what does 2 games against Carbog do for us? PSV, Monaco. What does that do for us? I don't understand how that makes us a better team. What does that do for us? We're already tired. Give us the rest. You know? We need this win. It's as simple as that. This is a must win. I don't even know why he's suggesting that. I don't understand what benefit that could give us. That being said, big game. I saw midweek Bruno G got injured. He might be out. We don't it's saying mid-February, but FODMob's not always super accurate with the injury reports. So he might come back for the game. They got some other injuries too, although these aren't too big. Although Jacob Murphy and Fabian Schär is kind of big for them, but yeah, it's gonna be a tough game. Still gonna be tough for us because obviously we got a lot of injuries. I'm so like we need Lee King and so back so much. Fabian I think will be back. He just has a knock. Joao Neves I think might be back. We'll see. It's up to Lucho because we'll see how he treats this game. If he thinks it's serious enough, I think he'll force Joao Neves to play. If not, he'll keep him on the bench. And after that, we got Strasbourg. I'm pretty sure. I don't know why I went all the way back, but we got Strasbourg. It's gonna be a tough game. Obviously off the midweek, so that's gonna be tough. But we're going to play on a Sunday, which is cool. And then the Classique, and after that, I think we could be looking at a UCL game here if we don't win. So we'll have to pay attention to that. But if not, then we'll get some round of 16s in March and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, like I said, next 4 games are huge for us. Next 4 games, get to rest against Mets probably in Le Havre. Monaco not very good this season. They'll probably be knocked out of the UCL by this point, and if not, I mean, good on them. But anyway, it's uh, it's a cry for help. It's a cry for help. That being said, thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna make sure I get a UCL prediction video out in the next few days. And yeah, been your boy Ollie Footy. I don't know.